everybody! When you make a video every day for a whole month, you need a month's recuperation. I've had it, and now I'm good, and I will get back to doing things now. Happy June! Okay, so a topic that's been on my mind lately is the ever-prevalent question, why does God let bad things happen? Now, there's a million different reasons, a million different meditations by a million different authors who are, like, way smarter and cooler than I am. I mean, goodness, there are whole encyclicals about this topic, and they bring up some really beautiful theological, that honestly speak incredibly beautifully of the love of God where it meets suffering. I will not attempt to present those things to you right now, so this is definitely not a comprehensive video on the topic. But one little aspect that I don't think I ever considered before is the idea that tragedy, it allows us the opportunity to be pulled out of ourselves and to help other people. I mean, think about it. In the modern age, we tend to live pretty introspective lives. This is how it looks to me. We have our paths, we have our goals, we have our achievements that we're trying to get toward. You know, people ask you, what are you doing for college to do with your life? And our culture is really a lot about the individual, like, oh, you be you and be true to yourself. You know, consumeristic culture, oh, you should definitely have this big TV. It's great for you. You totally deserve it, and it's only $999.99. And because of all this, I feel like we do tend to be more introspective, introverted, caring, because that's a word. And with things especially like time and money, but I think particularly time, we tend to be pretty greedy about. And that is our normal, regular, day-to-day routine. And then when something bad happens, none of that matters anymore. I don't know if you've experienced this, I hope you have, either being on the side of the person being pulled out of himself or on the side of the person receiving all of the generosity from everyone around you. But it's always there. You always see that in the face of tragedy. So many other people giving a superabundance back. So why am I thinking about this? Well, something happened to me last week which wasn't necessarily a good thing. It was a rainy day. It was a dark and stormy night. It actually wasn't night, it was just in the middle of the day, and it wasn't even raining, it just had been raining. I was coming off a highway on one of those like 360 exits, and it was slippery, and my car did like a 180 and spun off the road. And it was really, really scary. I had never been in an accident before, and I didn't know what to do, if that sounds weird. I just cried a little bit, and that made me feel better. But the first thing that I saw when I had realized what had happened and realized that my car was not on the road anymore, the first thing I saw when I looked up was the face of a total stranger, which was full of concern for my personal welfare. This total stranger who cared about me personally. These two men, independently of each other, stopped and spent 20 minutes of their day with me to make sure that I was all right, to call 911, to get things figured out, to get the police there, to help me find my phone. Just everything they possibly could do, they did, and they didn't leave until the policeman arrived. They were so caring and so generous, and I just thought, if we'd met on the road, just like, you know, walking around, I would have been focused on what I was trying to do, they would have been focused on what they were trying to do. Maybe we would have made eye contact, maybe smiled, but, like, definitely that's it. But because they'd seen something bad happen to me, they'd seen this car spin off the road, they were pulled with this concern for their fellow human being, and they dropped everything to help me. And I love that about human nature. That is human nature. If you see something bad happen to somebody, I mean, you can't resist wanting to help or doing everything you can to help unless you're like a bad person. Perhaps that's harsh. Anyway, Mark, Steve, if you ever happen to stumble across this video, thank you. And everybody else, this is a great thing about human nature, but try not to make it just when there's tragedy to do good things for other people. And yeah, I will see you later.